だからそんなんじゃないって。
You know what they say, all good things eventually come to an end. In this case, Kaiju number 8 is just one chapter away. One chapter. It's go, oh no! But on a serious note, we only have 1 month left as of the moment of me recording this and posting. Like, one more chapter for Kaiju number 8. I just want to give my thoughts on the story so far and like what to expect, because I don't know what to expect. Also, I want to talk about season 2 a little bit, so I was gonna make these 2 separate videos, but kind of want to combine them into one. So yeah, let's just start off with my thoughts on like the manga so far. I think it's been an incredible ride for me, being a day 1 fan of Kaiju number 8. I really like it. It's one of my favorite series of all time. I say that about like a few series, but no, generally Kaiju number 8 to me is one of those series that's been life-changing. I read this when the pandemic happened, when like the series first started back in 2020. So it's been a fun 5-year ride. One of my first videos was actually on Kaiju number 8. If you guys want to go check it out, it's pretty old. I remember making that. I remember hyping that show up. Every time I made a video on TikTok hyping the show up, I would be super excited. So to find out the news that Kaiju number 8 is gonna be ending like pretty soon in the next chapter is generally heartbreaking for me, given how the story has unfolded. Yeah, it's pretty much been a little bit slow. Like, it started off very strong, the middle was pretty great, and then towards the end it feels like it dragged out. I'll admit, yeah, I had a lot of pacing problems, given the fact that the chapters release every 2 weeks and whatnot, sometimes even a month. And Matsumoto, the creator behind Kaiju, takes their time and whatnot. I fully understand, but with the latest chapter, spoilers by the way, latest chapter after Kafka finally defeats number 9 and it looks like he's gonna die, I'm not gonna lie, I actually teared up reading that chapter, because I'm like, no, if this is how Kafka ends, I'll be pretty happy with it. I'll be pretty satisfied, because a lot of shonen do not end up killing their characters, so this would be like a huge milestone for them to do. So I was pretty sad, like nerve-wracked reading. I'm like, no, please, Kafka, only to find out that Isao's spirit is still somehow alive and talks to Kafka and tells him, hey, you did a pretty great job and whatnot, but you can't die here. You have to see my daughter grow up. You have to see the defense force grow up. Mina is waiting for you. Everyone out there who fought with you is waiting for you, so you can't die now. That's when Kafka's like, but how? I'm literally dead. I don't have a heart anymore. That's when Isao literally punches him back to life, essentially transplanting his own heart to Kafka. And towards the end of the chapter, we see Kafka like losing the ability to transform into a kaiju. Supposedly, we won't have any confirmation until the final chapter, about a month from now. But I thought it was a beautiful ending. It was very poetic to see the transfer of power from the old generation to the new generation, where Isao finally understands Kafka and commends him. Hey, you are a soldier of the JDSF defense force and whatnot. I probably butchered that, by the way. He finally commends him and says, you're an honorary soldier. You are a trooper. You deserve to be on this team, and everything you've done, you fought like hell to be here, and without you, I don't think any of us would have survived. I don't think my daughter would have survived. I don't think the captains, especially Mina, would have survived without your help. So like, it feels really great just seeing him like understand, seeing him be like a human, because Isao has always been known to be this hard-headed ass, like from the beginning of the story. Even Kikoro has had a hard time bonding with him, but like, you see in this moment of between these two guys, it's very symbolic. Also, not to mention how Reno actually ends up saving Kafka by carrying his body like as he falls to the ground. He finally repaid his life debt when Kafka like saved him way back when. So to me, it is very poetic just seeing everything come full circle. Reno saves him, Isao saves him, and Kafka's just kind of there laying unconscious, and then Mina's wondering, where's Kafka? Is Kafka safe? Like, it's just really nice. I'm really excited to see how the final chapter is going to unfold. And if the final chapter is not 50 pages long and it shows us an aftermath of what like everyone is up to, I don't know. But it's been hinted that there's there's supposedly a sequel to Kaiju number 8, or there's even going to be a spin-off, given how vague things were in the previous chapter. But I'm kind of iffy about that. If there's going to be a sequel to Kaiju number 8, on one hand, I would absolutely love if Kaiju number 8 got a sequel or even a spin-off. On the other hand, I think it's been a pretty fun ride. I think I would be very satisfied if this series ended the way that it is, at least with a good conclusion. I know it's going to have a pretty good conclusion because I trust Matsumoto, or Matsumo, I don't know how to say his name. But I do have a good feeling that this series is going to end on a pretty like good note. Yeah, people are going to hate on the ending. People are going to say, oh, it's trash for ending so soon. But look, you try to write a manga for like so long, eventually you want to drag the story out. You want to end it to like a point where you feel very, very comfortable with. And with Kaiju number 8 ending, I'm just really sad. I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm really sad. I haven't really felt this sad since Kaguya-sama ended. But yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. Do I really think there's gonna be a sequel to the series? I don't know. A spin-off? Probably, but a proper sequel? I generally don't know. There's so much potential in the Kaiju number 8 series. There is so much, given the fact that this is a very popular series and the video game is actually going to be coming out around the time that the manga ends. Also, season 2 is going to be dropping like a day or two after the manga ends. Is very telling, and that's just my thoughts on the towards the end of this series. But speaking of season 2, I want to talk about the trailer just a little bit. The trailer looks phenomenal. All those people that were complaining about Naomi from last season, you're wrong. Told you they would fix it. I mean, I was one of those people who complained, but I knew that we're gonna fix it eventually. The character design, wow. The fighting sequences look, wow. Everything looks like just looks like hype aura moments, and I'm generally excited for this. Also, we got confirmation that Kaiju number 8 is gonna be 11 episodes this season, which some people are kind of bummed about because why is it so short? But at the same time, it's like we're getting Kaiju number 8. They're gonna adapt, I believe, up to chapter 69 or 70, because I know they adapted the first 4 volumes in season 1, so I do assume they're gonna go about like 2 to 4 volumes in this latest season. And if you're not familiar with Kaiju, or if you are, yeah, the battles in this series are very fast paced. Everything that happens in this series is very, very, very fast paced, so it makes sense for it to be such a shorter season. So I'm really excited for that, and it's supposed to air in July. I am very excited. Also, I'll be going to apparently there's going to be a screening of the first episode on July in Japan, and funny enough, I'll be going back to Japan very soon in the summer, so I might actually get to have an early screening of Kaiju number 8 if I figure out how to do that. And if I do, maybe I'll make a video on it, my experience, because I've never seen the movie in Japan. So that would be a really cool experience. Apparently one of the VAs, or a few VAs, are going to be there. So I'm going to figure that out. I'm going to figure that out, how to get into it and whatnot. But if I do, I'll make a video on it. If I don't, then be sure to stick around for season 2 videos, as well as my manga ending videos. So yeah, that's pretty much all the Kaiju related news. Ending season 2, and yeah, and the video game. So that being said, are you guys saddened Kaiju number 8 is ending, but at the same time it's only just starting because we're getting another season? So yeah, that's it. Have a good night, and I'll work soon. Peace.